everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Bet On Me podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Perkins, coming at you live on this Tuesday, March 8th, 2022. We're rolling up to about 20 minutes until 5 o'clock, and we've got a great episode for you guys today. We're going to go ahead and talk about the breaking news in the NFL, which is Russell Wilson to the Broncos. Now, I don't know anything about his contract. I don't know anything about the particulars of what Seattle's getting back, but I do know that this is the big breaking news right now in the NFL. Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos. Couldn't get much bigger than that. Coming up in the offseason, a lot of things are going on. Other notable mentions, since we're hitting news right now, talking about Russell Wilson to the Broncos. I mean, that's huge news. Just happened maybe an hour ago, if that. So we got Aaron Rodgers is planning on staying in Green Bay. That's one thing that's going on. The reports are out that it's some crazy number, making him like the highest paid quarterback in the league. I'm not real sure about all that. We're gonna have to check into all that later on today, because I think I saw several reports on several different numbers out there, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to pay him, for a 4-year deal, $200 million. I forget what it was, but it was a ridiculous number, like making him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Or so the report was. And Tom Brady applied for 27 patents, which apparently is something that, you do when you're not planning on playing football anymore. So we'll see what happens with Tom. We'll see if he decides to get back into it. Looks like he's got his eyes set on other adventures. Let's go ahead and get into last night's action. Last night we had some good bets out there. We had some parlays. We went, I think it was like 9-1 or 10 I think it was 11-2 or something like that, because we didn't get the goal. We didn't get that goal to go in 5 minutes in the Carolina game, so we didn't get that one. But if I remember correctly, yeah, Florida won. Florida hit. They won. I think it was like 5-0, and we had them at a puck and a half to go win that game there, and they did. So they handled that one pretty easily. Also last night we had Emmanuel Quickly, 15-plus points, New York to win. That was plus 600. We cashed that. He scored 27 points last night. So, that was a good bet, plus 600. Hey, you can't beat it, right? You got to brag about the wins sometimes. You got to brag about the wins sometimes. And that one right there, that was a good one. I thought that, I figured he wouldn't score that much. I figured he would score maybe like 17, but I was pretty sure that they would win. And here's the one that cracks me up. This bet right here. Goodness, I smacked the mic. This bet cracks me up. So I had Julius Randle to score 10 points. I had Sabonis to score 10 points. I had Randle to get 8 rebounds, and I had Sabonis to get 10 rebounds. I forget what that was at. I didn't write that down. Anyway, I got all that to hit, of course. Randle had 46 points. Sabonis had 19. Randle ended with 10 rebounds, and Sabonis had 13 rebounds. So got that one to hit a little. I think it was only like minus like 102 or 110 or something. It wasn't even in the plus. It was a minus. But I took it anyway because I just thought it would hit, and I won a little bit of money on it. So we also had the Spurs minus 2.5 baskets over the Lakers. The Spurs won 117, 110 over the Lakers. LeBron didn't play. Westbrook had 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and he ended with 17 points. And he got into it with a fan, which is apparently the new normal for Westbrook. I think he just gets into it with everywhere. Anyone he plays around, anyone goes to the stadium, the arena, if you're going to heckle Westbrook, be prepared to be thrown out of the game, because he doesn't have a problem doing that. And, you can't blame him with some of the things that are being said, but I'm just going to give my opinion on this. I mean, people always tell me, Daniel, if you go around all day and you meet assholes, you're the asshole, right? That's all I'm going to say about it. Everywhere this guy goes, he's got trouble, right? So I don't know. It is what it is. He's playing in the NBA. We're not. There's really nothing we can do about it, Because I look at it this way, okay? Say LeBron reacted that way, and LeBron's reacted that way a few times, and I think it's because Westbrook's in that locker room now. But imagine if LeBron acted that way every time someone heckled him. Imagine if Kobe acted that way or Michael acted that way. Just imagine that. Trae Young laughs at him and talks back and scores 50. I mean, that's what your reaction could be. That's what Kobe's and Michael's was, I don't know. Just a different game. But the death threats aren't cool. That's not, I don't agree with that at all. That's ridiculous. You shouldn't be threatening anyone's life. That's just insane. The Warriors covered last night, 10.5. They lost 131-124. I didn't think they'd get it done against Denver Warriors. But tonight, I think they will get it done. I think I got a pick tonight for you guys that I think you're going to like. Let's see here. Also, last night we had NCAA action. Now, this was good action right here. We had Furman playing against Chat. Chat got into the tournament with that win. I thought they would win the game. They didn't. They lost. But Gonzaga, everybody had Gonzaga laying the points, right? Everybody had Gonzaga laying the points. I took San Fran plus 14, and what do you know? They covered. So, sometimes you shouldn't go with what you think is the sure thing. Sometimes you should listen to the podcast and then go make your bets. But anyway, Santa Clara plus 5 at St. Mary's. I mean, come on. I know St. Mary's was the favorite there, minus 5. But, I just had a feeling Santa Clara was going to get it done, and they did. Tonight's bets are... Oh, one more thing I got to talk about before I move on with the bets. So we're going to talk about the Calvin Ridley situation before we get into the bets. So he got suspended for a whole season for betting $1,500 on a few games. I don't really know if I agree with that or not. Maybe a couple games or something, but not like a whole season. That's just a bit harsh if you ask me. I think it's just a little bit too much, but what do I know? I don't work for the Shield. They know what's best. Oh, Roger Goodell and all those guys over there at the NBA. So this is just what gets to me. He gambled $1,500 and he's going to be losing millions. I mean, maybe he shouldn't have done it. Maybe, as long as he wasn't, because he wasn't with the team. He wasn't in meetings. He wasn't in coaches' meetings, players' meetings, any, whatever his specialty, position is. He wasn't in those meetings. He wasn't, as long as he wasn't involved in any group text with the team and the players, are still actively talking to the players about, the football strategies going into next week, then, I don't know. But if he was getting information from people on the team, then I guess he should be suspended. But I don't know if I don't know. That's a lot. I'm glad I don't have to make those decisions. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into these bets that we got for tonight. We've got NCAA action. I'm taking Clemson against NC State. I got Clemson minus 1.5. I like Clemson to win tonight. I know the line says minus 5 there, but I'm going to stay away from that line. I think it's a little closer than that. I'm going to go Clemson minus 1.5. That's at minus 190. Also tonight, we've got NHL action. I've got a parlay plus 264. I've got Seattle Kraken plus 1.5. I don't think they're going to win the game, but I think they're gonna hold up and stay within the game. That's minus 108, so I would take the Kraken at plus 1.5, and I'm going to parlay that to get that 264 with the Senators at plus 1.5. That's minus 112, and that gives me plus 264 in that parlay with those two teams right there, NHL. The Kraken and the Senators both on the puck line, both plus 1.5 pucks. So, you know, I don't think either of those teams get the win, but I do think that they hang in there and keep it close. I don't think the Senators game, you know, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of points scored in that game. I know they're playing the Blues. The Blues play some good defense. I know a lot of people are on the under of the Senators points. I don't know about as far as the over and under, you know, the totals in these games. But from what I've seen, the lines, the way the book read, where all the money is, this is where I think the best value is. Putting these two teams together in a parlay, plus 264, Kraken plus 1.5, Senators plus 1.5. Go ahead and book it on the NHL picks. Also tonight we have NBA action. We have Klay Thompson. I think he's going to have a good night tonight. I also think the Warriors are going to win at home. I think Klay Thompson gets 5 threes and the Warriors win, and that's plus 700, and I jumped all over that when I saw it because, I mean, you know, Klay can do that any night. And, you know, if I sprinkle a little bit of money on there and lose it because Klay doesn't hit threes and they don't win, that's fine with me. But, you know, I'm a big Warriors fan and I'm a big Klay Thompson fan. I really want to see him come back and play well. So give me 5 threes, the Warriors to win, plus 700 tonight. Now, next is the Big Play Parlay of the night. This is the NBA, and this is based off of this trend of players scoring like 40, 50 plus in games. The other day, Tatum for the Celtics had a 50-point game. Randall had 46 last night. LeBron, you know, he hit number 4 on the list for people his age scoring, you know, 50-something points. He had 56. It's just a trend I see. I see a lot of players out there trying to really show what they got, and I really think that Morant does that tonight. I think Morant scores 40 tonight, and I also think he gets the first basket. You parlay that together, that's the Bet On Me podcast, Big Play Parlay of the night. It's plus 4,290. That's Ja Morant to score 40 and for him to get the first basket tonight. Guys, tell at your own risk. That is a lotto ticket, if anything. I love it, though. I'm all over it. Guys, thanks so much for listening to the podcast. I hope you enjoy it. You know, leave a comment wherever it is you're listening, you know, on any of the social media or on the email. You can get the email and all the social media in the description wherever you're listening, Spotify, Apple, you know, YouTube. Just click on the description. It's down there. It gives you everything. So you can harass us, send us, you know, questions, you know, tips on how to make the show better, or just, you know, whatever. If there's a sport you want us to talk about, you know, or you want me to look into for you, you know, let me know. Just, you know, send us an inquiry or whatever. Leave a comment if you're on YouTube, you know, whatever. Just, we will interact back if you interact with us. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much to the loyal people out there who download and watch and listen every day. We are back. Get ready for a great summer. We got some great things coming from the Bet On Me podcast. Get out there and get those bets in, and let's make some damn money tonight, guys. Let's have a good one.